Hi, listeners. Just a reminder that all parties mentioned in this episode are innocent until proven guilty. Any opinions given belong to the hosts of Hoosier Case File. Any ads heard during this episode that are not in our voice are placed by third-party agencies. They should not be considered the opinion of or to be endorsed by Hoosier Case File. Welcome to Hoosier Case File, a podcast that delves into Indiana true crime cases. I'm Mary Quigley.
And I'm Rebecca Wilhelm.
We will be your guides into the tales that have baffled law enforcement and left communities in suspense.
From tranquil cornfields to bustling city streets, Indiana holds untold stories of crime and mystery. Join us as we navigate through the pages of the Hoosier Case File and bring you the stories that have long lingered in the shadows of the Hoosier State.
In each episode, we'll take you on a journey through the cases that continue to puzzle even the most seasoned investigators.
We will discuss the evidence, look at the leads, and invite you along as we speculate on possibilities surrounding these cases.
We will also shine the light on the solved crimes where justice prevailed and the pieces of the puzzle finally came together.
So true crime fans, come along with us as we pursue truth, both in the unsolved and the triumphs of justice.
Grab your cup of coffee as we navigate through the twists and turns of the Hoosier Case File.
Let the investigations begin.
The story we have for you today is a missing persons case from Madison, Indiana in Jefferson County.
Daniel Reaves was a 25-year-old young man with a girlfriend of 7 years and a small child when on Sunday, May 4th, 2008, he vanished in the early morning hours under mysterious circumstances from Madison, Indiana.
Now, Daniel has been described by his family as being a little bit on the shy side, but they gave the indication that Daniel was an overall happy person. Something interesting about Daniel is that he loved computers.
Yes, Daniel had actually enrolled and had been taking classes at Indiana University Southeast in New Albany, Indiana. We know that he had been enrolled in classes the previous fall of 2007 at the university.
During the investigation, Daniel's family did tell the Indiana State Police that he had difficulties with anxiety. However, Daniel did not give them any impression that he was suffering from depression or that he was upset or angry about anything.
So let's go ahead and get into the details of this disappearance.
The last time anyone saw Daniel Reaves was around 2 a.m. on Sunday, May 4th, 2008.
Daniel had been watching TV with his girlfriend of 7 years, Sarah Schaefer.
Sarah had fallen asleep, and when she woke up, she noticed that Daniel and his car were both gone. She checked her cell phone and saw that she had received a text message from him at around 4 a.m. that simply said, "I love you."
Right away, this seems odd. So Sarah does what anyone would do and begins to try to call his cell phone. But no luck. He does not answer.
In fact, the text message is the last communication that anyone would receive from Daniel. He has never been heard from again.
To make this case even stranger is that 10 days after Daniel's disappearance, his car, a gold 1999 Chrysler Sebring convertible, turns up on Green Hills Drive in Madison, Indiana.
The car was abandoned and was unlocked, and his wallet was still there. The only things not there were the keys to the vehicle and his cell phone.
Now, I find that to be extremely weird.
Yes, Daniel's family also thought this was odd for him. He wasn't known to leave his car unlocked.
So all of his banking, credit cards, and ID were there in the wallet?
That's correct.
Strange.
Even weirder is that the vehicle had been there for a week when it was found.
Wait a minute.
Yep. Neighbors reported to the police that it was parked on Green Hills Drive at around 11 p.m. the night before he disappeared.
So that would be 11 p.m. on Saturday, May 3rd. But wait, that does not make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, that definitely contradicts the girlfriend's statement if this is really true.
I will say that on a quiet street like this, I think a car being left that was not the norm would seem unusual.
I see what you're getting at. It would definitely seem out of place and unusual,
I also think that a gold car would stand out.
especially a convertible. It probably would.
I mean, I know that these were popular cars at the time. I had a silver Chrysler Sebring around that time.
You did. It was not a convertible, though.
No, but I really loved that car.
I also think that maybe the girlfriend could have been a little off with her timeline of the events.
That's something I didn't think about.
I mean, if you're asleep or you're half asleep, you could be off about the time.
That's true.
I mean, there are several different possibilities here.
True.
Now, we will be back after a short break.
When we return, we will discuss some theories about what people think may have happened. We're back.
Now, this case hits close home for me because this is not very far at all from where I live in Aurora, Indiana.
No, it's not at all.
It's about an hour away from where I live.
Something that occurred to me is that Madison is also along the Ohio River.
Yes, and I was thinking about that as well. In fact, if you Google map the location of where the car was found, it's not far at all from the river. But if you know Madison, I don't think it would be an easy walk from his car to the river.
You're right. The park is in between the river and where his car was located.
Yes. Now, I have actually been out to Clifty Falls State Park several times over the years. I've been on several field trips and I've taken classes out there. It's a very large state park. It's very pretty and it's a great place to picnic.
Do we know if they ever searched the park?
According to the Indiana State Police website, yes, they did do what they referred to as a, quote, exhaustive investigation.
That is really strange. I wonder if they did search parties or what they did.
Now, according to the website, they did do a search throughout all of the wooded areas, but it doesn't go into any kind of explanation of that.
Do you know if they searched the Ohio River?
I have Googled and I cannot seem to find the information on whether or not the river was ever searched.
That seems odd to me as well.
It does, but they must have not found anything to make them believe that Daniel's in the river.
Yeah, that's all I can think of as well for the reason not to search.
Another question that I have is that if they did any kind of search on his personal computers.
I tried to Google, but didn't find anything that talked about that.
That's true. Every article I have found also does not mention that.
I think the computers could be helpful because, as we said in the beginning of this episode, he was into computers. In fact, the Charlie Project article about him refers to him as a, quote, known computer enthusiast, end quote.
The family has repeatedly stated that he did not have depression or any known mental difficulties. But I wonder if there would be something on the computers to indicate otherwise.
It does make you wonder, maybe a note of some kind. I'm assuming that when the ISP did their investigation, they would have checked into medical records.
Yeah, you would think that they would do that. And if nothing was documented in these medical records by a medical personnel, they would not have found that or thought it was strange.
True. I didn't see anything about searching his computers, though.
It's just the strangest case.
It's like he just disappeared from the face of the earth.
I also wonder about the anxiety issues.
A Reddit thread theorized that he may have just simply walked out to start a new life over due to the anxiety.
Now, it's just weird to me. I would think that if someone's anxiety was getting to that level, that a family member would notice it.
You would think.
So if you are a computer person, though, you might be able to figure out a way to do just that.
Very true. However, it just seems out of character for him.
True. Another possibility I've seen theorized is that he may have been a possible victim of a carjacking.
I personally think that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. I mean, you would think that they would use the credit cards and money would have been taken from his wallet.
Unless something spooked them.
Could be. I just wonder what they would have done with him if that was the case.
It's very sad.
It really is. I just cannot believe that no one knows anything about this.
He has to be out there somewhere.
I agree, Mary. This is one of those cases where I just know someone has to have an answer.
Daniel Reaves is a white male, 5 feet 11 inches tall, and at the time of his disappearance, he weighed 145 pounds.
Daniel has dark brown hair, light blue eyes, and at the time of his disappearance, he was cleanly shaven, according to the Indiana State Police website.
For the past 16 years, those who love Daniel have missed him.
Overall, it seems like just walking away would be out of the character for Daniel Reaves.
To this day, Verizon phone records show that Daniel has not used his cell phone since May 4th, 2008.
In today's day and age, that's weird.
That last text message does not seem right to me either.
I was thinking about that too.
It just seems off to me.
The disappearance of Daniel Reaves is still considered an open case.
If you have any information about Daniel's whereabouts, please contact the Indiana State Police Versailles Post.
Yes, the Versailles Post is located at 902 South Adams Street in Versailles, Indiana.
They can be reached by telephone at area code 812-689-5000 or 1-800-566-6704.
I am truly hoping that somebody out there who hears this episode remembers something.
Me too.
One of the reasons Mary and I started this podcast is because of these unsolved cases.
Yes, we believe that the truth needs to be told and families deserve some closure.
We also think there is a lesson to be learned through the cases that have been solved, like our next episode.
Please join us next time for a case of a serial killer.
Yes, the next time we're going to be together, we are going to discuss a female serial killer.
We will discuss Belle Guinness, a farmer from Indiana who is believed to have killed more than 40 people for insurance money.
Yes, and Belle Guinness is considered one of the most prolific female serial killers in history.
So listeners, what do you think about the disappearance of Daniel Reaves? Is there a detail we missed? Do you have a theory that we did not think of? We would love to hear from you. Please send us an email to HoosierCaseFile@gmail.com or reach out to us on social media. We may use it in a later episode. In the email, let us know if you wish to remain anonymous.
To see our source material, please visit our website, www.HoosierCaseFile.com. Please find us and follow us on Facebook or on Instagram. Hoosier Case File is a Quigley Productions podcast.
Our theme song was written and recorded by Earl G. Wilhelm.
Stay safe, everyone.